All right, let's kick off another deep dive. Today we're taking a look at the career journey of Melissa a senior software engineer.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, and you know what's cool? We've got a whole bunch of sources to dig into.
Oh, lay it on me.
We've got a professional profile, her personal blog it's called, illustrated by Melly, by the way,
Cute.
right? And even some glimpses into her work experience from way back.
So, what's the mission for today's deep dive? What are we hoping to uncover?
I'm really curious about how she transitioned into software engineering
Okay, yeah.
and what kind of choices she made that helped her land that senior role at Adobe. What do you think?
Sounds like a plan. I'm in.
Awesome. So first things first, her LinkedIn profile mentions that she's fluent in both English and Spanish.
That's right, yeah.
I bet that was super valuable in her earlier roles at Twitter and Facebook.
Definitely. Especially in those content review roles.
What was she doing there exactly?
Well, at Twitter, she was a global escalations analyst, whatever that means.
Sounds intense.
But then at Facebook, it's a bit clearer. She was a community operations analyst, making sure all that global content was playing by the rules.
So basically, keeping the internet a somewhat safe place.
Pretty much.
Talk about a tough gig.
No kidding. Imagine trying to moderate content from all over the world.
Yeah, that would take more than just language skills.
For sure. You'd have to be dealing with cultural nuances, understanding humor and slang, and spotting things that might be harmless in one language, but like totally offensive in another.
Oh yeah, big time.
Right. That kind of experience, that could definitely shape your thinking as a software engineer.
That's a great point. She was already thinking about user experience and how to build safe online spaces even back then.
Totally.
But you know what else caught my eye?
What's that?
Before she even got into software engineering, she mentored a robotics team for this organization called Pioneers in Engineering.
Really?
Yeah. And get this, her team actually won the Agilent Award.
Whoa.
Right. So it seems like she's always had this thing for tech and teaching too, even from the start.
I think that early mentorship experience is super significant. It shows that she wasn't just interested in tech for herself. She wanted to share that knowledge and help others succeed.
Right.
And that seems to be like a recurring theme.
Totally
throughout her
agree. Okay,
career.
so how did she make the leap from like content moderation to software engineering?
Let me see. It looks like she went through a program at Galvanize.
Known for their immersive coding boot camps, right?
Exactly. So this was probably a deliberate turning point in her career.
Makes sense.
And if you check out Melissa's LinkedIn summary, she talks about wanting to find, and I quote, emerging ways of digesting and synthesizing
Okay,
information.
I see where you're going with this.
So maybe she saw software engineering as a way to like dive deeper into how information is structured and used, using her skills in a totally new way.
Like she was already good at analyzing and understanding information. Now she wanted to build the systems that actually process it. Okay,
Precisely.
so let's fast forward to her time at Adobe.
Okay.
Her progression there is seriously impressive. She went from software engineer 1 all the way to senior software engineer in just 7 years.
Wow, that's
I
moving
know,
and
right?
shaking.
What do you think contributed to that kind of rapid growth?
Well, her LinkedIn profile makes it pretty clear. She's all about mentoring, cross-team collaboration, and leading those professional development initiatives. She doesn't shy away from taking the lead or helping others.
Okay, so she's driven, passionate about her work, and a team player.
Yeah,
But there's more to Melissa than just her professional achievements, right?
you got it.
I'm super intrigued by her blog, illustrated by Melly.
Me too.
It's like this creative outlet where she can explore all sorts of interests, illustrations, coding projects, creative writing, and even reflections on her life experiences.
It's fascinating how her blog seems to connect her personal life with her professional one.
Yeah. There's one post in particular that caught my eye, titled, Hitting Rock Bottom and Climbing Back Up.
Ooh, that sounds intense.
It is. She writes, growth often comes disguised as challenges. It's a powerful statement that, to me, hints at her resilience and how she views obstacles.
That's a great quote. And
Yeah.
it makes me wonder if that same mindset helped her when she was learning to code and making that career change.
Totally. And speaking of mindset, there's another blog post called Life Lessons from a Stubborn Doggo. It's really quite playful, but there's also a deeper message about persistence.
Okay.
She talks about her dog's, like, unwavering determination to chase squirrels.
Love it.
Right. And then she connects that to her own life, saying, sometimes the most important thing is to just keep going, even when things get tough.
That's such a relatable sentiment. I mean, it reminds me of what we were just saying about Melissa's journey into software engineering.
Yeah.
It couldn't have been easy, to switch careers and learn all those
No,
new
not at all.
skills. So what do you think helped her succeed? Well, I think she already had a strong foundation. Don't forget she was mentoring a robotics team even before she went to Galvanize.
True.
So she already had some technical
Right,
chops,
right.
And I bet her experience in content moderation probably gave her like a unique perspective on user behavior, which is so crucial in
Totally.
software development.
So it sounds like Galvanize gave her the structure and the specific software engineering skills she needed.
Right. Exactly. It's
Yeah.
like she combined her existing strengths with this like laser-focused training
Yeah.
to become this like well-rounded engineer.
And it's worth noting that her LinkedIn profile really highlights her leadership skills.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Even early on at Adobe, she took on the role of professional development chair for the Latinx employee resource group.
That's interesting.
Right, because it shows that she wasn't just focused on her own career advancement.
Yeah.
She was also actively involved in creating a more inclusive and supportive environment for other employees.
Absolutely. And that connects back to her self-description as Asian Latina in tech on her LinkedIn.
Oh, right.
She's also involved with the APIA and women's networks at Adobe,
Wow.
further demonstrating her commitment to diversity and inclusion.
It's clear that her values are so deeply intertwined with her work. Remember that quote from her blog about doing good, being good, and inspiring others to follow their dreams?
Yeah, I do.
It seems like she's really living that out through her involvement in these different initiatives at Adobe.
Yeah, it's impressive to see someone so dedicated to making a difference both within her company and like in the larger tech community.
Totally. So looking at her career trajectory, we see someone who took a less conventional path to software engineering,
For sure.
but her diverse experiences, her willingness to learn and adapt, and her commitment to community
Yeah.
all seem to have played a significant role in her success.
Absolutely. And I think that raises an important question, like what can we learn from Melissa's journey that might apply to others who are thinking about a career transition or maybe, feeling a little stuck in their current role?
That's such a good question. We've seen how her early experiences, even those outside of traditional tech roles, really helped shape her thinking and prepared her for a career in software engineering.
Exactly. It's like her time at Twitter and Facebook wasn't just a job, right? It was like a training ground for understanding online communities, user behavior, and the challenges of building those like safe digital spaces. And those are all super valuable skills for any software engineer.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And let's not forget about her passion for teaching and mentoring.
Right.
It's clear that sharing knowledge is like a core part of who she is. It makes you wonder what kind of impact she's had on all the people she's mentored along the way.
It's hard to measure that kind of impact, but it's likely that, her guidance has helped countless individuals,
I bet.
especially women and people from underrepresented groups, to like navigate their own journeys in tech.
For sure.
And that's a ripple effect that extends far beyond her own accomplishments.
Absolutely. So wrapping things up, we see how Melissa and Im's journey to becoming a senior software engineer was shaped by a willingness to embrace new challenges, a commitment to lifelong learning, and a dedication to making a positive
It really
impact.
is. Her story is a great reminder that sometimes the most unexpected paths can lead to the most fulfilling destinations.
Totally.
And it shows that success in tech isn't just about technical skills, right? It's about bringing your whole self to your work, your passions, your values, and your desire to, make a difference.
And that's the beauty of a deep dive like this. We get to see the person behind the professional achievements and uncover those valuable lessons that we can apply to our
Yeah,
own
for
lives.
sure.
So the next time you're feeling stuck or unsure of your path, remember Melissa's story. It might just inspire you to take that leap, embrace those challenges, and never stop learning and growing.